One of the crucial things about mobile retailing is billing, collection and mobile payments. We're better to find out more than here at PayPal. I'm in their London headquarters in Richmond in Surrey, and I'm talking to Cameron McLean, who's General Manager Merchant Services at PayPal UK, and Mark Adams, Sales and Marketing Director at Portaltech, about how the two companies have worked together to develop some innovative mobile payment solutions. So Cameron, PayPal obviously sees mobile as important. What are some of the key trends you're seeing amongst retailers that are driving you to develop mobile payment solutions?
So PayPal sees a huge opportunity in mobile, and driven by our consumers, our account holders, who actively want to purchase online and at any mobile device. So worldwide there are 87 million active PayPal account holders, and we are seeing about 5 million active through mobile smartphone devices. And PayPal is very keen to support retailers in driving their mobile e-commerce strategies. So in terms of the adoption of consumers using mobile devices, we're seeing some fantastic trends and some great increases in use. So a good example in terms of a bellwether of consumer use is the eBay marketplace. So in 2009, $600 million of transactions through the eBay marketplace was completed on a mobile device. This year the growth trends are looking like an exit rate of about $1.5 billion of mobile enabled purchasing from the eBay marketplace. So that's just probably a good bellwether, but we're also having a lot of engaged discussions with some of the leading UK retailers that are giving a lot of thought and putting a lot of time and effort into developing their mobile smartphone / iPad type strategy. And I think it's becoming much more pervasive in terms of consumer activity, whether they're getting their times online through their iPad device. There's a lot more advertising around mobile and internet-enabled devices, and I think consumption and purchasing decisions driven through those devices is just a natural part of consumer behaviour and the trends going forward. So ahead of, the real uptake in terms of new smartphone technologies and devices like the iPad, PayPal introduced its platform technology set back in October last year, so to enable developers to use the PayPal technologies within whatever application they're developing. There's two flavours to the way that developers can use our services. There's the mobile payments library, which enables developers to integrate right within the application layer, and then there is the mobile express checkout service, which is really fits in with the flow of a mobile checkout service. So PayPal is really trying to help industry and developers enable payments through whatever device that's connected to the internet. So along with sort of the increase in consumer activity on mobile devices and internet-enabled devices, we're seeing a lot of great advances to help retailers actually get up and running with their mobile sites quite quickly. So companies like Portaltech done some fantastic work to actually make it easy for UK retailers and international retailers to utilise mobile sites and get their e-commerce site up and running quickly. So we're very happy to be working with Portaltech as an example to drive some of this innovation.
To help inform the development of Portaltech's mobile strategy and that of our retail customers, we conducted a major piece of research in June of this year with our research partner eDigital Research. We really wanted to look into, in a lot of detail, how consumers were behaving across different channels, and in particular how they were behaving within the mobile channel in itself, how they were viewing the use of mobile, how they were using mobile, particularly around shopping and purchasing. And it was really interesting, the results we got back. One of the reasons we're talking to PayPal is that in the research we were asking consumers how they preferred to check out and pay on a mobile device. And 42% of those consumers surveyed said that PayPal was the preferred checkout method, against 32% for direct debit. So clearly, with the development of any mobile application or mobile website, we would advise retailers that they have to consider that it's critical that they put PayPal checkout as an option, because on a mobile device, this is what consumers expect.
So 42% results that came out of the Portaltech study actually mirror a lot of what we've seen in terms of consumer adoption of the use of PayPal for online payment. And for PayPal, it's really about being the leading way to pay and be paid online. And if you think of PayPal's origins back to actually beaming money between Palm Pilots back pre-2000, it really is a back to the future sort of moment as internet speeds have increased on smartphones, as consumers are starting to use smaller devices that are internet enabled, so not just the traditional web browsing environment. Actually having a speedy checkout flow without having to enter a 16-digit payment card information into a checkout flow, having a password type of checkout flow that's secure that PayPal offers, actually I think will actually increase consumer adoption of PayPal as the preferred way to pay online. And we really want to keep pace with the consumer demands and help our retailers enable themselves for this mobile checkout flows.
The research that we conducted actually backs that up. We were asking consumers what was the most favoured features and functions they want to see in either mobile apps or mobile websites. And PayPal Checkout was actually the second most requested feature, the first being security. And having a secure checkout process, again, which is something that PayPal really aids because you're not having to enter those credit card details. Yep. Whether retailers are looking at apps or websites, there are pros and cons of both. What we did is took all of the features and functions that these retailers were requesting in the research, and we built a reusable iPhone application that contains all of that can be set up quickly, 6 to 8 weeks for a typical implementation, but giving them really a best of breed approach to functionality, but importantly getting the basics right, ensuring that the browsing experience and the checkout experience is really top notch.
I mean, PayPal released the technology set late last year, and we're seeing some fantastic innovation with whether it be mobile checkouts on a normal web flow type of merchant environment or retailer environment, and we're also seeing a lot of in-app checkout flows. So the PayPal technologies, as you know, as you've built into your technology set for retailers, provides both options, a lot of flexibility, but at the heart of this is really making it easier for a consumer to pay and pay quickly and actually have a seamless checkout flow. So the retailer is actually converting more customers and obviously increasing their sales. So I think the research you've done certainly mirrors a lot of what we're seeing from our consumers, and what we want to do, given we're still in effectively an early adopter phase for mobile commerce, is support the retailers that have an appetite and really want to move quickly. And I think the Portaltech solution gives people that opportunity to have speed and actually have a flexible technology set to offer their consumers a retail experience on the web, which might be mobile enabled. So I think it's a great solution.
It was interesting when we were doing the research that actually most consumers don't really understand the difference between apps and websites. Or maybe they don't understand the difference, they don't actually care. What they want is a great experience, and they want that security, they want to check out quickly. So, it also, from a retailer's perspective, it comes down to how those individual consumers are behaving. Yeah. So one size or one approach might not fit all. We were talking to a retailer this week that was telling us that 95% of all of its web traffic that comes from mobile comes from the iPhone. So for them, an iPhone app is the right way forward. If your consumers are engaging with different devices and shopping maybe on the mobile web, then clearly you might want to look at a mobile website as opposed to an app.
And the PayPal user that is checking out on these retailer sites is also using the PayPal application, the PayPal app, to send money between people, to send money to friends. We've got features built in like a global currency converter, which make it very easy to send money across border and know what the charges will be. So I think obviously early adopters for retailers, but also still fairly early adopter for the consumer in terms of what they can do with the mobile technologies.
You do need to get things right. I've seen a lot of apps and a lot of mobile sites which are slow to load images, and particularly in retail, and difficult to browse the catalogue. And I still think that many retailers aren't getting the basics right. There's some great features and functions that can be used, but get the basics right, get it up and running, understand how customers are using it, and then enhance and grow the solution over time.
I mean, we're super excited by mobile and the iPad generation. I think it's our job is to keep pace with the consumer demand, to provide our retailers with great checkout flows and experiences for their consumers. And I think only companies like Portaltech will continue to grow and develop because of the fact that you're innovating in areas that I think retailers need at this point in time. And I think this time next year, when we look back in the next over the next 12 months, the UK retailer experience in terms of their mobile offerings is going to be 10 times different, so much more advanced. But the hard work we need to do in the next few months, the next 6 months, is to help the retailers get up and running quickly and give them a good, give their consumers a good checkout experience. So for PayPal, it's going to be an exciting next 12 months. But I like the fact that the analogy that we're sort of back to our origins as PayPal, with sort of the initial business plan was about beaming money between Palm Pilots, and consumers ultimately will lead where they want to take solutions and retailing experiences, and I think we should help them, and that's PayPal's job to make that happen.